energy. Ah, huzzah. Okay. Actually, weird. I don't normally feel called to pull from the bottom as well, but I'm hearing that it's a pair. So we're going to go with it. Let's start with the opening act here. So we got rabbit energy. So there's a really funny story that is in the companion book that comes with this deck. And it says that the rabbit just loves to tell all his friends and everybody within earshot that the eagle is going to come down and, get him all one day. He loves to talk about it so much that one day the eagle hears him and then thanks him for the brilliant idea, and then, he meets his end and the eagle gets his dinner, right? Kind of love that story. Thought I'd share it. But, rabbit here can be very much about fear, but I'm getting, I'm feeling in this context, especially because it's paired with the elephant, which is a beautifully auspicious energy, by the way. These are counter energies too. They're very different, very, very different. But I feel like for you guys with this rabbit energy, I feel like I'm feeling this feeling of, I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to make the wrong choice. Maybe having your heart set on something or something that you've wanted or a person or an idea about yourself that you've been hanging on to for some time. And I feel like you're being called to re-examine it. And there's a fear around it, a fear of losing momentum, a fear of being wrong about what you thought was in your highest and best good. That's what this feels like. And it also kind of feels like maybe even questioning your judgment or how you perceived things and really going inside and re-examining, because then we have the elephant here. Now, why I love the elephant. The elephant is a remover of obstacles, kind of like the tower, a little bit, right? The great rearranger that it is will come in and literally knock down any obstacles in your path that are keeping you from your highest and best good. Look at it this way. The divine, right? The divine knows in all of its wisdom, your higher self, if you want to look at it that way, knows exactly what you signed up for before you incarnated here. And making decisions or having desires that come from the ego place or the human mind, right? That reptilian mind, maybe even a little bit. It's the divine knows better than we do. And so when we connect with the divine and make choices from a place of intuition and communication with the divine, those directives tend to manifest much more easily and smoothly and beautifully than any decisions that we make from a human sphere that may be out of alignment with what we came down here to achieve and do and be. I feel like you guys are being called to stop, drop, and roll. Oh, the fire thing, that's probably why it came to my mind. To stop, drop, and roll and just take a minute. Take a minute. I'm hearing also I'm hearing to be a water sign and an air sign. So to balance the information, the intuitive information that you're receiving through with logic and intellect. I'm hearing to achieve a balance between the two. Okay, I'm getting this through the feeling sphere of my intuition, that's the water. Then I'm going to be an air sign about the information I'm getting and balance that and temper it with logic, right? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing for you guys. But you know what? After this rabbit comes the elephant. So anything that is being culled from your consciousness or things that didn't work out or things that you are really hanging your hat on, so to speak, that may not be in your highest and best good are going to be removed. They've probably already been in the process of being removed. And I'm hearing the best that nobody's going to get in the way of an elephant. You can't stand in front of an elephant and say, halt, stop in the name of love. You know what I mean? You best move to the side and let the universe do what it's going to do because it's going to be in your highest and best good. Does that make sense? These energies are so different. Let's see what comes up here. Also, the rabbit is about fertility, okay? So I do feel like you might have a lot going on or will have a lot going on and kind of feeling pulled in some different directions or just like, wow. It's that feeling of almost like anxious and it's almost like a feeling of like wanting to be there, wanting to be where you're going already, right? Wanting to be where you're going. Ooh, I'm hearing this. Okay. It's not only that what we think about, we bring about, but whatever we talk about, right? Let's say we're feeling something, we're going through something. We get something from our intuition and we're trying to digest it. And then we take it to our friends or our mama or our daddy or whoever, right? And we talk about it. Then it is no longer ours. Then we are inviting their energy to commingle with what the energy that we have, we're putting out. So we're asking them to add their energy to the crock pot of whatever that is. Then it's no longer yours, and things can be changed when another energy is mixed in with what you are feeling personally. So I'm hearing, and I'm saying that because of the story of the rabbit. He was just talking to all his friends, and then it just like turned into like dinner time. Which is another way of saying, again, what you think about, you bring about. But I feel like this is a time for you to go inside and be your own best counsel, as opposed to turning to others or even talking to others about it before it's a fully formed thought. Because you may be sitting on something that you're like, it may be a fear-based thought of like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this person. Oh my God, I'm never going to manifest this person. Oh my God, is this the right job? And then if you don't do your due diligence to sit with, your spirit guide, your higher self, whatever that is for you, and you share that with others, they can add to that fear, not even meaning to do so, because it's what you're giving out. So they're going to meet you where you are, right? A good indicator when it's time to be your own, best counsel is when you're talking to other people trying to get their advice, and it doesn't matter what anybody says, you don't feel better afterwards. That is a really good indicator that it's time to be your own best counsel. Yeah. No one knows what's best for you better than you in the context of your higher self. Not the reptilian, mind you, but the higher self you, right? All right, Capricorn, let's get it. What's going on for second half of June? Yeah, yes. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. I do feel like you guys have been carrying a certain heavy load. I do. I've been feeling that. It's almost as if there's a fear of losing things along the way on your path. And maybe that's why the elephant is coming in. Because in order to look at this poor crow carrying these 10 wands, right? It's almost this feeling of like, but if I even let go of half of these wands, it will allow me to fly more freely, right? But I might be lamenting those 5 wands that I've left behind, right? So you may be being called here because a 10 of Wands is like the ultimate effort. This is a complete lack of ease, ultimate effort. This can also be moving from one place to another, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? Heavy load here. And I'm getting drawn back to the elephant here too. Okay, I'm getting the feeling too that it's sort of like, and maybe this is because, you're asking others for help and it's not quite doing it, but this is also a feeling of like, having to carry this burden or this weight all on your own. But I'm hearing that the ticket to this is to, again, connect in with your higher self. I'm telling you, there's something about meditation, I've read this many times, where it does something to your, is it endorphins or serotonin, something like that, where it ups your levels chemically to where you just feel better afterwards. It's almost the equivalent of like having some really yummy chocolate, right? Except that it brings you further into the earth as opposed to like buzzing up here like, ooh, I'm in a sugar high. But this is a heavy load, and it does feel a bit burdensome, and like there's a fear of losing the momentum that you've gained if whatever this is doesn't work out, or if you don't figure this out, okay? A lot of questions. I'm feeling there are a lot of questions. More questions than answers. But that's a good place to be, I think. Okay. Suke. We have the World card. You guys really could be doing some traveling because 10 of Wands and the World can indicate traveling, absolutely, but this can also be traveling from one state of being to another. Okay? This is a completion. This is graduation day. This is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another, right? How things have been is not how they're going to be for you guys coming up here. For the better, okay? We do have the elephant. For the better. Let me just clarify that, okay? This rabbit energy is super strong. It's super strong. Okay, let's get another one. Ooh, huzzah. Ooh, and we got the sun at the bottom of the deck. Here we go. Here we go. Here's that spoonful of sugar. 6 of Cups. Huzzah. So this is very exciting. And I feel like this is really beautiful for you guys. So in their traditional deck, this is depicted by a little boy handing a cup with a flower in it to a little girl. So we say that this is about nostalgia. This is about, that feeling when you're a kid, like a young kid, right? Before you've ever known what it's like to feel the pain of a relationship that didn't work out or whatever that is. It's like loving like you've never known hurt before, right? It's similar to the Fool in that way. But this is a beautiful time to really connect in with the side of yourself, or rather connecting with your inner child. This can also be someone coming into your atmosphere that you have a past life relationship with, right? And you feel it. When you have a past life connection with someone, it doesn't come through the air, through a mental sphere. You feel it. You feel it. And then it can activate your mental sphere about, oh my God, what does it mean? I feel this thing. And sometimes when we have a past life connection with someone, it can present a certain way. We can misinterpret it. And then it's like, oh my God, but I felt it, right? If you are connecting with those or calling in people that you have a past life connection with, also, I do feel like this could be for you. Looking back to your childhood self, looking at what you loved to do back then, what you did when you looked up and 5 hours have passed. But when you start to call in people that you've had past life connections with, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful opportunity for growth and spiritual expansion. And it's kind of like that golden ticket from the universe. It's like, hey, I must be doing something right because I'm manifesting people from past lives. Obviously, I'm being presented with lessons and opportunities right now. We do not run into people that we've had past lives with every day. Even if you've been here many times, okay? It is a rarity. It is a rarity. And I do feel like for some of you guys, you might be calling past life connections in. You're becoming a vibrational match to that. And it feels good. It does feel good. But look at it this way too. This is some heavy energy. This is some big boy, big girl, energy here. And then this is all about youth, innocence, nostalgia, being kind and gentle and patient with yourself like you were as a child. And look at it this way. Like children have a beautiful ability to kind of live in the question. They ask a lot of questions, a lot of them, but they're able to just kind of live in the question a lot better and embrace the unknown better than we do as adults. And life works on us a little bit, But this is beautiful. This is really, really gorgeous. And I do feel like this is what you're moving towards. Okay? It really feels like you're connecting with some past life peoples. And I like it. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. So they're showing me too that part of this completion, you may be coming out of a cycle that then manifests as past life connection, right? It's almost as if your energy, your vibration is realigning and transmuting. It's a good thing. Let's get some clarifiers for my caps. Clarifier for the 10 of Wands, please. Clarify for the 10 of Wands for my Capricorns. And there, we got 4 Wands at the bottom of the deck. Hey. Okay. Hanged Man, everybody, to clarify the 10 of Wands. I love this. This is one of my favorites. If anyone is familiar with Norse mythology, this is Odin hanging upside down from the tree in order to gain knowledge. I think it was like 9 days and 9 nights, or maybe I got that number wrong, but it's a beautiful depiction of really taking something and actively choosing to look at it from another angle. As opposed to going through the front door, you're going through the side door. Also, when this comes up, it could be something that you are failing to see or missing because you're so intent on something going a certain way, or you have such a staunch belief in something. Really flipping your perspective. And it's paired with the 10 of Wands here. I'm feeling like you're being called to kind of relook at delegation of yourself and others. Really looking again at how you're doing something and really investigating with yourself. Are you coming from a place of fear or lack? Or a place of trust and abundance? Remember, I said these energies are like very, very different. They're counter energies, right? Okay, let's get a clarifier for this world card. World card, world card, world card. There's some work to do. But oh, the places you'll go. Right as I said, oh, the places you'll go. 10 of Cups. Yes, 10 of Cups. You're coming out of a cycle. You are going from one place to another, and this is where you're going. 10 of Cups, complete emotional wish fulfillment. I think it may look different than you thought it would. I think it's going to be a surprise too. This is so funny how they're showing me this. It's kind of like those game shows where it's like, you're presented with 3 doors, and it's like, okay, contestant, are you going to go through door number 1, 2, or 3? And it's funny because they're showing me that there's a 4th door. There's a 4th door. And then you keep choosing between 1 and 3 because you believe that's what your options are. And then you finally start to see through the ether that there is a 4th door. And then you as the contestant said, you know what, Bob, I'm going to go with door number 4. And then Bob's like, but there is no door number. And then Bob looks, Bob is the host, I guess, in this scenario. And like the 4th door appears. That's what this feels like. I think it's going to look different than you thought it would. And this is just all the good. All the good. Yes, I feel like you are moving from a place of fear and lack and disappointment and burden and loss into a place of abundance and all the good. Because I just, look at this. Okay, let's just look at this. Let's look at this. So you go from the 10 of Wands, which is carrying that heavy load, going from one place to another, moving. Then you graduate from this, right? Point of completion. You get your diploma, and then you manifest this past life connection or a feeling of, because look, these are very different energy, but this is like the middle marker, right? It's kind of like a roadmap I'm looking at here, it feels like. But 10 of Wands to the 6 of Cups, these are also very different energies, right? Right? So I feel like it's laying down this load and surrendering and realizing that expectations are limitations, and that's what's going to manifest this 6 of Cups and this 10 of Cups. From rabbit to elephant. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's get a clarifier for this sexy 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. It's so good. 6 of Cups can also feel like coming home. Can feel like coming home, meeting someone, or, you know, something where it's like, I feel like I'm home. I feel like I've known you before and it's beautiful. And then splata, we got the lovers. Guess what? 2 6 cards here. Huzzah! Right? This is gorge. We are in Gemini season. Hello, the lovers. Look. I think some of y'all might be manifesting your person. Very exciting. I love this because all this energy that we talked about here about the, you know, the heavy load and keeping your energy yours and not, you know, it's a very delicate thing. And then it's like, hello, this is what you're going towards if you just are willing to leave 5 wands on the ground and trust that if you have to leave them there, then they were holding you back. They were weighing you down. They weren't your highest and best good. You can feel good about that by going into the Hanged Man position. Right? 6 of Cups and the lovers. You better work, Capricorn. And I'm going to tell you again, it really feels like it's going to look differently than you thought it would. It feels like a surprise. It does feel like a surprise. It really, really does. Let's get an oracle for you guys. I'm feeling the Earth Oracle for my Earth sign. Wow. The lovers, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, yes. With the elephant, life is going to be looking very different here. It's going to be looking very different in a really cool way. In a really cool way. And remember, this elephant destroys obstacles that are keeping us from our highest and best path. So let it happen. Let it happen. Okay? Let it happen. Because look at all this good you're going towards. Let's get an oracle for my Capricorn. I'm really excited for y'all. Stone people, vigilance is exactly what I've been talking about. So I feel like this is saying being vigilant with yourself, right? Are you putting the focus on what is in your highest and best good and taking time for yourself? Or are you relying on other people to bring you to a sense of clarity and perspective. That's what this feels like. The help that is there for you during this time, the highest and best help, comes from your higher self, the divine, the celestial, all of that good, right? And this is being vigilant with yourself and passing through this rabbit energy in a way that is filled with ease and graceful. Because, also the rabbit does represent fertility. The fear is kind of like the shadow energy of the rabbit. And then the fertility, giving birth to new life, is the light aspect of it. It's the in alignment aspect of it, right? Oh, duh. We were talking about children. I do feel like children could be coming for some of you, or it could be on your mind, or you could have children. Children feel important here. You could work with them, something to do with children as well. But, this is really being vigilant with yourself and really being mindful of your own thoughts. And just please keep in mind that what you think about, you bring about. And choose not to be the rabbit going on and on and on about how the eagle's going to come and, you're going to be dinner. Right? We can all fall into this. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend, right? That we are not susceptible to this energy as human beings, right? We experience fear. We experience lack mentality. But being vigilant with ourselves about it is going to allow us to pass through it, graduate from it. We don't want to be held back a grade. You know what I mean? We don't want to be held back a grade. Graduate through it by surrendering, releasing, and trusting. Because look at all this freaking good you're about to manifest. This is getting better. 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and 10 of Cups. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm so excited for you guys. I also do feel like it could, this is Gemini season. We got the Gemini card here. It's for the, the end of second half of June here. Ooh, I feel like this is coming up soon too. So I feel like this is going to be something that I do feel like this is a pre-existing energy as well, that you are now being given the opportunity to graduate from and skip on forward down that yellow brick road.